I see you all. I know what you have come here for. You've come to hear the stories. Stories of what I did back before your grandfathers, fathers, fathers knew what was going on. A history that was never written down, but they didn't want it to be told. You've all heard the urban legends. There's a few among the world that never ages, just stays young and stays around. Let me tell you something. We're true. We're out there. We found the secret, and we made ourselves not immortal, because there's a lot less of us now than there used to be, but eternally in our prime, so that we could keep the fight going. The thing is, it wasn't a pretty fountain. And that's what too many people got lost looking for. It wasn't even magic water. It was something else. Something that gets inside of you. Changes how you feel inside. It makes everything you were burn away. That's why I'm glad there's none of that stuff left. The few of us that are still around, we're relics. That's what they call us. Those who've heard of us, who've noticed. There's that person that looks the same decade after century in photographs. I've had to move around a lot so people wouldn't notice that their neighbor stays young while they grow old. I've been all over this world. I was just talking about my retirement years. The things that I did and that I went to before I retired. That's the stuff you really want to hear about, isn't it? The unwritten history. I was a hunter, you see, and I'm the last of my breed. All my peers, they stayed young. But as I said, they didn't live forever. They all fell. Now, there's just me and some of the watchers. The guys that sit in the shadows and they watch your world. They watch international civilization. They watched it rise, and they watch it conduct itself. Because we all paid a price so that humans could dominate the earth. But it wasn't always that way, let me tell you something. That's the stories you want to hear, isn't it? Stories about how the world was tamed. There's a lot of beasts out in the world, let me tell you. Some of them are dangerous if you're not careful. The lions, the sharks, the big bears with them claws. Yeah, you should be cautious around them kind of beasts. But the things I took the world from, they are beyond that. They were critters. Foul things that didn't like nothing being in their territory. The claws were sharper than any animal that still walks this earth. Their teeth bite through anything and anyone. Even armor didn't protect us when their jaws clamped shut. That was things that didn't want to hear about the rise of humanity, that didn't want to hear what the world needed. Because as I said, they were real territorial. And they were real vicious. Humans wanted bigger cities. They wanted to build villages all over the place. Because there were more of us than ever. That's what the hunters did. When humans, when they needed to come into a territory to get resources, lumber, precious metals, if there was a critter around, or worse, a pack of them, we took them out. And they came in all kind of varieties. Some of them flew so fast that it sounded like thunder crashing overhead. You'd swear the gods were waging war on you. They'd strike at night, so dark that even the shadows were lighter than they were. They were a whole nother level of darkness. They didn't want to negotiate. They didn't want to be domesticated. They didn't want anything coming into their land unless it wanted to get eaten up. The best of us, we stayed alive, and we found a way to kill them critters. But you couldn't kill all of them, not by yourself. It was a long war. It took a long time. That's why I had to let it in. Let that thing in. It keeps me young. It keeps me looking like I'm too young to know anything. But that's fine by me. Because I'd rather the world think I'm just a nobody kid who ain't been around and doesn't know, than come looking for the secrets, things I've seen, people I've had to bury, the friends I've had to leave behind. But I did it for all of you. And them critters, ooh, they wrecked my body up something fierce. What's under here? Enough scars make you think I'm made out of a jigsaw puzzle. But it was worth it. In the end, the world's a lot safer place. Now, your little beasties, they'll mess with you if you don't know how to respect them. But they're just beasts. They're not critters. You need to look at me real close when I tell you this. Critters will end you. Critters will end everything you've built. They will claim it as their own. They will feast upon everything you've ever cared about. Not because they're evil, but because they are beyond human understanding. They're the worst kind of animals that a world can breed. They were the kings of their territory till we cheated, till we came in with weapons and martial arts. And we waged a war that they weren't armed for. And even then, even then, it took a long time. I fought for over 200 years myself, and there were people fighting after me to clean up the remnants of them. But the thing you gotta remember is, them critters couldn't all be beaten. Some of them were just too tough. All we could do was beat them back, put them where we wanted them put, somewhere where no human would ever find them, somewhere where they can never stop humans from being human and doing what we gotta do to be what we gotta be. But all you little children, all you adults that think you know the world, think you've got the world under wraps, that you think a beast is scary, you need to remember that anything that's been put away can come back out. God help you when the critters return. Because if I'm gone, I don't know who's going to take up the hunt. And there's something worse out there than critters. There's something smarter than the critters, but just as vicious. That's what really made the war matter. That's what really made the war last so long. It was the critters that were smart. They were a whole different league, whole different species. Because they could not be outsmarted, they could not be herded, and they could not be put away. All we could do, well, that's a secret that it ain't time to tell you yet. Maybe when I see one of them on the news, one of them critters with the claws that cuts right through your metal car, and the teeth that cut and bite right through your seat belt, in your clothes, in your seat. When that critter feeds on you, because on the other end of its leash is one of the critter lords, the smart ones, that's when I may just have to refine the hunters, when I may have to get a whole new group of you coming. Because it only takes one of them smart ones and a handful of critters to tear down human civilization. Because they damn near stopped civilization from ever starting up. And as I said, there's only one of me left. And no hunter can wage war alone. So lock your doors, hug your loved ones, and you better not get out of bed when you hear that scratching out in the yard. Because there's worse things out there than a hungry old grizzly bear. There's the things. There's things that keep me from having slept for hundreds of years. I'll tell you all about them one day. but you gotta make sure you're ready to hear it. Because it's not for the children. It's for the brave of heart and the stout of soul. The hunt never ended. We just had to take a breather. See you soon.